Alright, and we are off. The runners are going to spawn into Super Metroid, so if you haven't seen a Super Metroid Link to the Past cross randomizer yet, the item pools from both games will be mixed together, and there will be 4 warp points between Super Metroid and Link to the Past, the first of which is just down below here in Criteria, so we will see probably most, if not all of our runners heading straight into Link to the Past to quickly collect as many items as they can. So we actually see Zell doing a quick trip into the Blue Bryn Star just to check what Morph Ball and the deboost item is. And we have a small shield in the house for Cross. Alright, we have some early power bombs for Zell down in Blue Bryn Star, and the blue mail from Uncle for Cross.
Power bombs will be very useful once we find the Morph Ball.
And there is the Plasma Beam for Cross as well. We're going to have quite some heavy firepower early on in Super Metroid by the looks.
Xelnast finding some supers in the ceiling and deciding to skip them.
Jet finding himself a red rupee in the forest, does elect to pick it up, needs some of that early cash to pay for the merchant. And another red rupee.
A very money-focused forest, it seems.
So with Zell clearing out Blue Bryn Star, decided that there really wasn't too much to be grabbed, so did a quick soft reset and head into Link to the Past himself. So we're able to see all the runners checking as much of Link to the Past as they can now. Probably going to go clear Kakariko. We see Cross and Jets both about to clear it as we speak. Looks like Cross did find something from the race game, so he's going to go over and grab that. And JP following right behind him. Alright, Cross and JP picking up their first swords of the run. Jet also finding some missiles. Zell picking up Plasma Beam for Team Comcurse. Not too much in the puzzle house for Jet. Did find his first missile pickup, and that was about it. Alright, we have the second shield of the run for Jet. And a whole lot more random pickups. So we have Zell doing a quick Sahasrahla check. There wasn't too much to be found in Kakariko. Behind
Bombs, Moon Pearl, and Gravity Suit.
Gravity. Wow. What a ridiculous Sahasrahla. My
3 circles.
And with that, our runners already having Gravity Suit, meaning that a lot of Super Metroid is not going to be locked off to them as soon as they find Morph Ball. We're pretty much just looking for Gravity now, and then some way to gain height, and our runners can pretty much do most of Super Metroid at this point. Moon Pearl Also going to give them one of the keys they need to get into the Dark World. We're still going to have to find either Titan's Mitts or the Hammer. So we have Zell doing an early Eastern Palace dive to check the first few items, see what we can find. Does pick up the map from the first chest. Vario on Ped, I like this line of thinking. So, Cross picking up the loaded Sahashala Cave for Team Stoop's product. Jet's probably going to be heading over there pretty soon himself. So it looks like Cross is also going to do an early Eastern Palace dive. We have Jet quickly checking out the reservoir here. And just 50 rupees for his troubles. He probably will pick them up. Gotta pay off the Zora and gotta pay off the merchant in Kakariko. So here we have Jet being the first person to attempt the mini Moldorm cave. Does only have 10 bombs. Oh, has the sword as well though, so he's totally fine. Making quick work of those Moldorms. Oh, and there is the lamp for Jet.
And gloves.
Alright, runners can now logically go into Death Mountain. Oh, another pair of gloves in the big chest in Easton for Zell.
There's that medallion that I don't remember the name of.
So we're likely going to see players either do a Death Mountain or a Castle check at this point. Looks like Jet is going to be heading into Eastern Palace to also collect his gloves and get the Titan's Mitts nice and early. Also probably grab the loaded Sahashala items. JP checking the bottom right side of the map for Team Curse, and Zal doing a quick escape check. Now that we have access to gloves, he is going to find himself the bug nets, a key, and an energy tank. So he can do a quick check for the back chest as well, since he did find the key, which is exactly what he's going to do. Oh, maybe not, never mind.
given that we know where both gloves are, we do have Dark World access too, so...
Yes, exactly. Ridiculously early Dark World access this run. Pearl plus the Titan's Mitts means that we can get straight into Thieves Town. Ooh, JP taking the early death.
And Cross picking up his second gloves there. So, there we go.
Alright, we have JP finally grabbing his Plasma Beam, and that should be all runners with Plasma Beam at this point. And the blue mail. Jet also still has yet to go check that. Cross picking up his own Bombos. JP grabbing the Plasma, probably going to head straight into the castle now. Go check the lower floors. So as Trashman has pointed out, because JP did take the early death in the bottom right side of Hyrule, he did not manage to find the Bombos medallion from the Ice Palace Cave, which could be a big problem later on if we do have a Bombos lock. So Jet making the early play into the Dark World. Looks like we're gonna head straight into Skull Woods here. Cross performing fake flippers to quickly go check what the Hobo has. Does pick himself up of Red Rupee, nothing too crazy.
Oh, so unfortunately not quite successfully doing the puzzle in Blind's Heart.
Alright, we have Cross looking to get into the waterfall just here. Check what the chests are. We have Supers and the Quake Medallion. So luckily for our runners, we know that none of the Dark World dungeons are crystals. So as far as we can tell, the only medallion that may be required at this point in the run is Bombos if we have a Fire Rod lock in Ice Palace. Otherwise, we are probably not going to see any required medallions this run. Jet doing a quick death warp to get out of Skull Woods here. So players still looking for that Morph Ball before they can really head into Super Metroid right now. We're probably going to see people split between the Dark World, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the players go for a Death Mountain check pretty soon. We do already have logical access to Death Mountain here. Although without the hammer or without the hook shot, our runners will not be able to check the east side. Nothing too important from the game shop in Thieves Town, just some bomb capacity. And we're going to have Jet do a quick dip into Thieves Town right here. Morph Ball on Ped would be a truly tragic scene for the runners. Alright, Zell does find Bombos for Team Comcurse. I mean, Jet finding all the rupees in Thieves Town. Alright, Cross just clearing out Castle for Team Stoof's product. We're gonna have Zell heading back over down here. JP doing his quick dip into Easton, gonna grab himself his Titan's Mitts. And it looks like we might finally see a Death Mountain play from Cross in the bottom left, since Jet's already been scouring the Dark World. Zell performing his own fake flippers, gonna pick up the flipper locked items in the Hyrule overworld. And Jet not finding a whole lot in Thieves Town. It's just picked up a bunch of collectibles at this point. Bunch of rupees, bunch of collectibles, nothing really important. Old man just offering Cross a heart container. And at this point in the run, our runners are basically just trying to find the key item that they need to progress a bit further in the game, whether that be Morph Ball or something to push further into Link to the Past. Because we're a little stuck at the moment. We're going to be exhausting our last few item locations. We may end up just seeing an extensive clear of Dark World. That is the mirror for Jet, though, which does open up a lot more items in the Dark World now. So Cross gonna do an early Super Metroid dive into North area. Finds himself supers on the high jump pad. Ooh, Jet gonna go for a really tight blind fight in the top left. Only 4 hearts and the tier 1 sword. Oh, one heart. Oh, just misses the last swipe.
Very close, though. Very, very close.
Looks like he's gonna give up on blind for now. Looks like Jet's gonna do some digging for buried treasure over here. Finds himself an E-tank. Nothing too crazy. And with Tide Mitts and the Mirror, Jet is going to be able to do a lot of the Dark World fetch quests. Starting off by returning the Blacksmith. Which is a nice advantage that Jet will get over JP here. Since he did do the early Thieves Town dive, he does already have Mirror, so he is going to be able to do a lot more clearing on his way through the Dark World overworld. Rather than JP, who will only be able to check pretty much Hype Cave and a few other items. Picks up missiles from the Blacksmith. We have Zell waiting for the zoomer over here. Unfortunately, let it get away. And he shoots it off. Alright, looks like JP is going to be the first one to attempt the Hype Cave here. Jet also picking up Hookshot, which is going to be massive. Get us East Side Death Mountain access, and check all the chests in Paradox Cave. JP picking up some bombs, the shovel, a heart container, 50 rupees, and a heart piece. A whole lot of junk. Alright, Jet also going ahead into Hype Cave here. Looks like Cross, now knowing where Mirror is going to head straight for the Mirror in Thieves Town. And with the hookshot lead, Team Stoop's product is going to take a bit of a lead to start out this run. And we are likely going to see an East Death Mountain play pretty soon by Team Stoops. As soon as Jet hands this chest in. Just picks him up some arrow capacity. So we can see Zell looking to go for a quick Skullwoods dive. Unfortunately, no one on Team Comcurse has checked Thieves Town yet, and until they do so, they will not have access to the hookshot. We may see JP go for the Thieves Town dive right now, though. So it looks like Jet is going to do that exact Death Mountain play we've been talking about. Gonna go pick up all the items in Paradox Cave, all the items in Hookshot Cave. He's gonna get a pretty substantial lead, and if he finds anything particularly useful here, Cross can just beeline straight to the hookshot, straight to Death Mountain, pick up any of the relevant items. If they find Morph Ball over in Death Mountain here, they're gonna get a massive lead going into Super Metroid. JP gonna go hand the chest in. Unfortunately not gonna get much for his troubles, just some arrows. Jet collecting his heart container from the old man. Alright, looks like JP is gonna go check Agoni's Cave while he's down here. If you're rooting for Team Comcurse, we are gonna want Agoni's Cave to be something pretty useful. And unfortunately, just finds himself some missiles. So not particularly rewarded for going out of his way down here. And I mean, JP and Zell are running out of options at this point. They are going to have to check Thieves Town eventually. Jet picking up a red rupee and a heart piece. Nothing too crazy. Cross also clearing blind. Does just pick up the compass, but
ooh,
does clear the
high jump on Desert Ledge.
Also worth noting, Cross clearing blind with just half a heart. And Jet only really finding the Bloomerang in Paradox Cave. JP stealing that guy's rupees. How rude. Alright, Cross picking up his own hookshot. We have Zell finally heading into Thieves Town. Eventually gonna find the mirror for his team. Jet still not finding much in Dark Death Mountain, surprisingly. We are gonna see a hookshot cave check pretty soon, but there aren't that many items left to check now. We may actually end up seeing a Tower of Hera play. Jet gonna do a quick check to see what the medallion is for Turtle Rock. It is Bombo, so they can get into Turtle Rock as soon as they find the hammer. Alright, and the long-awaited hookshot cave. We have 300 rupees.
Speed booster.
Ooh,
Morph Ball.
Quite nice. And Morph, there it is.
And the red meringue.
Alright, and with the Morph Ball, Jet and Cross are going to pick up a substantial lead going into Super Metroid. Cross knows exactly where he needs to go. And yeah, we're going to see Team Stoop's product head into Super Metroid now and clear as many items as they can. Not even going to check Hera. Alright, we do have Jet checking the floating island. Picking himself up a bottle. Is the first bottle to run, so we can turn that into Bottle Kid and hopefully pick up something nice. So we have JP doing a Zora check. He's gonna find himself a red rupee. The good old 480 rupee trade.
Bad return on investment there.
Yeah, not quite what you're looking for. So it looks like Jet is going to do a quick clear of Death Mountain before heading over to Super Metroid. But I doubt our runners will be lingering in Link to the Past for too much longer here. Cross does also pick up his Morph Ball. Jet finding a red rupee, and Cross can pretty much just bail at this point, having picked up his Morph and his Speed Booster. Is also going to
pick up his bottle first, yeah. Just in case Sick Kid has something. Don't want to miss it.
Alright, so our runners do have bombs, meaning that they're not going to be too restricted in Super Metroid here. They're really only missing Varia suits, and that's about it. They're not super restricted in Super Metroid right now, especially with the Speed Booster as well. Jet gonna head straight down to Green Brinstar, probably leave the criteria clearing to Cross as he catches up here.
Yeah, I think with bombs, the only thing they're missing is what? Varia? I think that's it to be able to go mode Super Metroid.
We'd also really like to see Charge or even Grapple Beam, honestly. We could see a Shek Tool Lock, which would be pretty entertaining if we do have a hard-to-find Grapple Beam.
There's our Master Sword for Cross.
Yeah, if our runners don't find Charge Beam, we are going to have to pick up some more ammo, although that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we actually have Cross going to do a Wreck Ship play instead. Which, I mean, makes sense. Jet and Cross want to split up as many of the tasks as they can. Check as many items as possible. Jet picking up Ether, so that's all 3 medallions accounted for. And is just going to grab himself some more supers. And it looks like JP is just about to find the mirror for his team. Ah, sorry, never mind. Zell's already picked it up.
Spazer!
Ooh, the Spazer hype. Let's go, dude.
After Plasma.
Just when you want it. And the X-ray scope for Cross. If we do find Charge, it's going to make some quick work of most of the bosses in Super Metroid. Oh, Zell does find the Pegasus boots for Team Com Curse, which Team Soup's product never picked up. They are gonna catch up slightly off those Pegasus boots, especially if Bonk Rocks or King's Tomb do have more required items. This could be what we need to see from Team Com Curse to catch up to Team Soup's product here.
Unfortunately, nothing with the animals.
We do have Bonk Rocks and Desert Palace Pillar to hold out for, though. Or the real dream is big key on pillar in Ganon's tower. Yeah, unfortunately, Zal not finding too much for his trouble.
Flip is in big pink.
Flip is not going to be super useful. We'll let them get into Swamp Palace, so dungeon access is never too bad to have. We found Ether in Brinstar.
Oh, did I just see Space Jump there?
Whereabouts was that, Sandra? In pink?
In big pink, yeah. He hasn't gotten it yet, but...
Zal finding the hookshot for Team Comcurse. They are going to be trailing behind Soup's product here. We'll see if the Pegasus Boots can catch them up a little bit. Jet not finding much from the Alpha Super Missiles. And it looks like Zal was taking a moment to decide what he wants to go check next there, but I think we will see a pretty quick Death Mountain play. Does go to Sanctuary, though. Oh, never mind. Does not go to Sanctuary. Ignore me. And you were correct, Sandra. Jet picking up Space Jump.
Space Jump's definitely gonna speed up a lot of things.
So on the bright side, it looks like Zal might actually check Hookshot Cave first here, meaning that he will find the Speed Booster and the Morph Ball pretty quick. We'll see if he does a dip into Tower of Terror while he's at it. Looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. Finds himself the map. Will we see the big key in the chest just here? Oh, we will. Okay, we still have access to Upper Tower of Terror. If Zal wants to, he can clear it right now. Tries to head into the door there. Realizes, oh wait, I don't have a small key. Whoops. So, unfortunately, because Zal did find the big key, it does look like he is going to clear Tower of Terror here. Which is actually probably not what they want to be doing, considering Hookshot Cave does have the Morph Ball. So by checking Tower of Terror first, Zal is actually going to take longer to find the Morph Ball here. Oh my god, Cross at 4 health right now. Does do a soft reset after finding nothing much in the east side of Rex ship. Cross had saved, so he wasn't in too much danger at least. Alright, we have Zell attempting Moldorm right now. Will we get the first try? I believe. Jet finding Grapple Hook for Team Stoop's product. Zell having a very intense fight with the Moldorm. Oh! Almost gets shoved off. Oh, Moldorm was not being nice to him there. He does pick it up though.
Yeah, in my first run it took me about 3 hours to beat Moldorm, so definitely an improvement over that.
Yeah, Moldorm can be a little tricky. Thankfully, these runners have a pretty good amount of experience, so shouldn't be having too much trouble with him. That being said, sometimes Moldorm just does not like to cooperate and really tries his hardest to bop you off the edge.
He's nicknamed Trolldorm for a reason.
Xelnast...
Silver Arrows under Mother Brain.
Ooh, that's a good pickup for Team Stoop's product. Looks like Xelnast is just heading back out. Ooh, it jumps down the ledge. Looks like we are going to check Death Mountain from the others. Oh, of course, he doesn't have hammer. Never mind, we have to see our runners check from this side. So it is going to be a pretty delayed morph ball here for Team Comcurse. JP is a little ahead of Xelnast, and will find a morph ball ahead of him. Oh, Jet unfortunately messing up the spark just there. Gonna have a second attempt. That spark can be pretty annoying to get. Thankfully with Space Jump it's not too bad. Alright, Zal is in the hookshot cave, does pick himself up the morph ball and the speed booster. And, I mean, at this point, Team Comcurse does know exactly what they have to do now. They were struggling for some direction earlier, but now they should be, pointed straight towards Super Metroid. Jet, gonna do a quick bomb to Rezo check here. Probably just gonna pump one super missile into him. Yeah, bomb to Rezo not exactly the trickiest boss when you have supers. Ether was in Green Brinstar behind the through the mock ball supers around there. Looks like we might finally see Jet and Cross do dips into North Air now. Looks like Cross is going to head down through Red Brinstar, probably make his way over to North Air. Probably going to clear out Crate on the way through. Jet picking up his Master Sword off the top right cave up here. Oh, Zell also finding a sword. Another sword off Bottle Kid. So interestingly enough, with Morph Ball, it looks like JP is going to do an early North Air check rather than going through criteria. Another route deviation from Team Comcurse that may end up paying off for them. Oh, it looks like Jetstream having some difficulties. All good. He's catching up. There we go. Oh, and there is the hammer for Cross. That is a huge pickup for Team Stoop's products, and is going to give them access to most of the areas in Link to the Past at this point. There aren't too many more key items that we're looking for. Mainly just Cane, Bow, and I guess the Fire Rod. So Cross is making his trek through Red Brinstar. He will probably check Gravity Suit here. Gravity Suit, sorry. X-Ray Scope. Decides, nope, not gonna check X-Ray. Yeah, there is a decent chance that Kane might not be needed. Turtle Rock is... Oh, Turtle Rock and Maya are both Pendant Dungeons. So if there are no really required items locked behind Kane this run, we may not need it. Jet also picking up his hammer. Now the question is, will we see Cross do an early play in the Meridia, or will he go do Kraid and Upper North Air? Looks like he is just going to do Kraid, which makes sense. He's going to follow up behind Brewers here. Catch up to where JP is. So since Jet does have space jump, we are going to see him do an X-ray scope check here. Probably why Cross decided not to do it, because it's going to be a lot easier for Jet to get through. Although it looks like Jet is going to do some pogoing off X-ray scope here. X-ray. Grapple beam here instead. I don't know why I'm getting X-ray mixed up with everything today.
They can be confusing, I suppose.
Alright, I mean, we have two runners both doing Kraid. Cross does get the quick kill. JP, not quite.
And X-Ray has nothing.
Kraid's got a blue rupee for Cross. Luckily, they do have to clear Kraid, so they don't really lose much by checking the blue rupee. Cross did actually pick it up, though. So does JP. Alright, everyone wants the 5 rupees today, apparently. Alright, looks like we have Jet and Cross both heading into North Air right now. Would not be surprised if we see some hell runs at this point.
There's that single arrow.
Alright, Jet heading back to Link to the Past. Looks like Swamp Palace is first on the agenda. We do have Mirror Flippers and the Hook Shot. And Cross is following suit behind him, probably going to go check some different dungeons instead. And at this point we can see that Jet and Cross have both finished their Super Metroid sweeps, while Team Comcurse is only about halfway through theirs. So they are lagging behind, but hopefully we will see them catch up. Zal actually taking a lot of damage off the lava there. If he's not too careful with this next speed booster, he may have to give up on this item. Does manage to get it though. Oh, JP actually looking to do an early Meridia check.
There's no reason not to at this point, I don't think.
We are seeing actually a lot of route deviations from the two teams here. Of course, without space jump or high jump, JP is going to have a little bit of trouble navigating through Meridia. And we probably are going to have to resort to gravity jumps or infinite bomb jumps at some point.
And there's the bow! Do that speed boost for that bow.
Oh, the bow for JP here. That's actually quite a pretty good pickup for Team Conquers. Doing that early Meridia check is actually going to pay off for them. May give them a bit of a lead. Of course, it's not like Jet and Cross are really going to be trailing far behind, though. They are still clearing out dungeons, which they need to be clearing anyway. But hopefully just the knowledge that the bow is there will assist Team Conquers in catching up. And it does look like Cross backtracked from Link to the Past back into Super Metroid. We may also see him go to a Meridia clear himself, meaning that they're probably not going to be that far behind him finding the bow.
I'd imagine he'd pick up the space jump first, though, yeah.
Yeah, so that is going to be one thing that will help Cross significantly in Meridia. JP is going to have a decent amount of trouble navigating through Meridia, whereas space jump is going to make jumping around in Meridia a lot easier for Cross. And JP actually having a lot of trouble with his jump down here in Meridia. It is a pretty tight one. Looks like he's given up on that entrance. Oh, JP taking a long fall down Meridia. Yeah, we're going to see here that JP not having space jump or high jump is really going to hurt him a lot at this point in the game. Trying to do these early Meridia clears. Zell does find the third sword for Team Conquers. And the blue cane. I think he's actually, I don't believe... I might have missed it. I don't believe Stoop's product made a gauntlet check. Luckily, it's just the blue cane though, so nothing too important. They probably did do a gauntlet check. It's like they were around in that area. Seems unlikely that they just avoided it.
I think they checked the items from underneath, so they don't.
Yeah,
know
they
the
definitely
game's
checked
there.
those ones. JP is going to do a Mama Turtle check. See what items we have in here. And yep, as we predicted, Cross is heading over into Meridia with Space Jump. So he is going to catch up to JP pretty fast here, find himself the bow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jet do some quick backtracking into Meridia for the bow pretty soon. JP looking for the item in the wall. Does not seem to be able to... Oh, there we go. He does pop it, eventually. Fortunately, the wall respawned. Oh, I think it's power bombs. Clearly, JP doesn't think it's anything important. Oh, we do have another bottle for Jet in Swamp Palace. Alright, and just some missiles in Mama Turtle Room.
I feel so sorry for JP right now. If he'd only gone a little bit further left.
Yeah, I mean, we can see Cross is basically already caught up to him at this point, just because of how helpful Space Jump is being in this area. Like, we're gonna see JP start to do some gravity jumps. Oh, actually, never mind, he has Speed Booster. So he's not gonna fall too far behind Cross here, but there's definitely gonna be some areas where Cross is gonna have a significant advantage with Space Jump. It's like Xel is trying to gravity jump his way into Wrecked Ship, which is a little interesting. He does have Speed Booster, he could just boost across. Maybe he wants to conserve some energy for the Phantoon fight. Alright, Jet taking out Mr. Popcorn Chicken, Cross finding supers and missiles. Nothing too crazy up in the upper Meridius section. So Jet not finding anything too important over in Swamp Palace, but at least Cross knows how to get through as quickly as possible now. Knows that he doesn't have to stop to check all the items when he ends up going through Swamp Palace. Xel picking himself up an E-Tank under the ocean. Should have plenty of energy for the Phantoon fight. Of course, 20 missiles is a little low, but Phantoon's generally okay with the pickups. Jet checking Peg Cave. Doesn't find himself anything particularly helpful. Looks like he is going to go pick up his Tempered Sword, though. And we do have JP doing a Sandpits check, which I'm pretty sure Cross didn't do. It looks like Cross is basically beelining straight to Dragon. Does have Grapple Beam, so he's going to be able to make really quick work of him. But we'll see if we get anything helpful out from these Sandpits down here. First Sandpit's not anything useful for JP. He is going to do a reset and check the other one, most likely. Backwaller Dragon, just a hard piece. And we'll see if we get anything after Dragon. So Jet's finally come back to have a rematch with Blind. He's a little better kitted here. I think he's not going to have as much trouble as he did last time. Meanwhile, Xel fighting Phantoon. Cross about to fight Dragon. We got all the bosses going at once. JP apparently not finding anything useful in the other sandpit either. So unfortunately his small detour there was not super helpful. Cross getting some good missile pickups. Going for the Shine Spot kill rather than the grapple hook. Does pick off Dragon with that last super. And it looks like Jet is finally going to pick up Pegasus Boots for Team Stoops product. So, the slight advantage that Team Comcurse did have is now slipping away here. With Team Stoops product finding really the last item that Comcurse had over them. We'll see how much those early Pegasus Boots did help Comcurse though. So with Cross clearing out Dragon, it looks like we might see him do his own sandpit checks. Not going to check Plasma Beam, interestingly. Will Zal pick off Fantoon here in this last... Ooh, does not manage to hit him with the last few missiles there. So both teams have yet to find the book. And right now we don't really have access... We don't really have access to Misery Maya in any way. Or Desert Palace for that matter. Cross is gonna go do himself a Shek Tool check here. Any of you Shek Tool fans out there, hopefully rooting for Various Suit. Meanwhile, Jet is checking Catfish. Just some missiles for Jet. And I think we're going to have our second Zora check of the run, yo. He's going to pick himself up the negative 480 rupees. Ooh, feels good, man. Loving those trades. Cross almost gets past Shaktul, is going to find out what Spring Ball has in store for him. JP actually having a fair bit of trouble with Bot Wound here. Just cannot... Oh, wow, he's got 4 missiles left. Oh, it is down to the wire. This last super. Oh, and he misses. Is forced to reset here, and I don't know if... It's been quite a while since JP saved. That is... Oh... No, okay, it hasn't been that long. Never mind. He did do save resets for the sandpit, so it actually could have been a lot worse than that. JP is actually having a fair bit of trouble with Bot Wound here. Just cannot seem to get the missiles in. It looks like he is actually just going to bail on Meridia at this point. So we are seeing Cross do his Plasma Beam check, which I'm actually surprised he didn't do before heading down to Shaktul. Does find the Ice Rod. So we'll see how important the Ice Rod is going to be this run. There's a good chance that our runners might just not even use it. But if Total Rock is required, we may see Ice Rod come in handy. Or if the Pedestal Dream is alive, which, come on, folks, we're gonna really need that pedestal dream. If the Ped Dream is alive, then we may see Ice Rod required for that one. Jet actually finally picking up his Plasma Beam and Blue Mail. Didn't have it up to this point. Alright, looks like Jet is going to be doing an Ice Palace dip now. It is a Crystal Dungeon, so has to be done. Doesn't have Ice Rod, but we do have access to Bombos at this point. It's like we do have some psychics in the chat. Believe in the Pedestal Dream. Jet finding the big key already. Got that one out of the way at least. And JP does pick up Silver Arrows for Team Comcurse. Having had enough of Meridia, he is just going to go around and do a quick sweep, probably a Brinstar, since I believe Team Comcurse really hasn't actually checked Green Brinstar yet. So wouldn't be surprised if we see him backtrack into Green Brinstar through Blue here. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point we're really, if we want the Ped, if we want to see the Ped pool, we have to hope that Varia is on Ped. We have to hope and pray that the game gives us Varia on the pedestal. So it looks like we have Zell making his second attempt at Fantoon here. So Cross and Jet, having basically cleared out Meridia, are pretty much just going to be running through Link to the Past at this point. Cross currently clearing Tarapera, not going to find himself much, is going to pick up an all-important pendant. That's one pendant closer to pulling Ped. While Jet's clearing out Ice Palace. Yeah, if we want to see a Ped pool, we are going to have to see a Flutes pick up pretty soon. So fingers crossed for that one. JP doing the Brinstar Waterway check. Zeld finally taking out Fantoon. is going to be able to clear the rest of Rex ship now. And Cross makes pretty short work of Moldorm there. Picking himself up that ever-important red pendant. Jet making his way down through Ice Palaces, almost finished clearing it. So Cross is going to check the Tower of Hera basement here, which I believe Zell didn't actually get around to doing. Alright, we have Jet coming up to Cold Stare here. Cross about to check what is hidden in Tower of Hera basement. Oh, gets a nice triple off the first spin. And I mean, we can see Team Comcurse basically just clearing up the rest of Super Metroid here. They've been having a bit of difficulty getting through some of the hard areas. Meridia and Rex Ship have been giving them a little bit of trouble, but they will eventually start on their Link to the Past clearing. Meanwhile, Jet and Cross are still clearing out the Dark World dungeons. Probably not going to be long before we see a pod play. Looks like Jet is heading over to the Meridia warp here. Gonna clear Dragon himself. Yeah, looks like Cross is going to be grabbing his own Pegasus boots here to catch up. Cross also wants to be a speedy boy. And how's he going to do that without the speedy boots? Oh, Zal putting the X-ray scope to good use here. Decides power bombs are too slow. For speed strats, we need X-ray. Alright, and Jet is approaching Dragon as we speak. Gonna make probably quick work of him. Does have grapple beam and plenty of energy, so we'll likely see him just zap Dragon to death. Meanwhile, JP doing their quick clear of Green Brinstar while Zell is about to finish up Rex ship. And it looks like Cross is going to be doing a pod clear, as we mentioned earlier. Would not be surprised if pod has one of the required items we need. So at this point, we're holding out for Cane, Fire Rod, Flutes, Varia Suits. These are probably the big ones. And we definitely, for those pedestal loyalists, we believe that Varia Suit is nowhere in sight. So, I mean, we're about to find out Cross is entering pod as we speak. Oh, Jet just quite finish off. Just can't quite finish off Drake on there. So yeah, got there eventually, folks. Pops him with a couple supers. Oh, there we go. There we go, folks. Unfortunately, Varia has indeed been picked up. Sad times. One day, folks, one day. We'll get there. Alright, so with the Varia pickup, we're probably going to see Cross clear pod and then most likely just go and do all of North Air. Like, we're in Go Mode Super Metroid now. Link to the Past is basically Fire Rods and then we're done. So, yeah, I mean, really, Fire Rod is the only item locking our runners from finishing both games at this point. So yeah, the chances of a ped pull this run have gone from low to basically non-existent. As Runner Watcher did mention, we could see a Cane lock in GT, and that would be about the only thing that we could expect. Although that being said, I believe a pendant is on Turtle Rock, so it's probably, that's not even possible anyway. So with that, we are very sad. Alright. Cross is gonna finish up clearing pod, picks up his big key. Gonna go check what's in this chest and then check the dark rooms. Finds himself an E-tank. We're gonna have Zell finally finding the hammer for Team Comcurse. They finally get to it. Oh, Cross finding his team a B. We have 2 Bs this run. All the Bs. So we'll see what Jet ends up heading over to. Yeah, he might actually just follow up on Cross and go do pod himself. Would not be a bad decision on his part. Although, I don't believe anyone's cleared Eastern, so he might decide to just clear Eastern first instead. Nope, looks like he's just gonna follow up on Cross, yeah. Red is behind several Ganonfuls, but not an impossible amount. Just extremely unlikely amount. Yeah, of course, we'll see our runners do pod and then just mirror over to Eastern. And then most likely head over to North. They'll probably split up between Jet and Cross, have one person go north there, the other one finish off the last few Link to the Past dungeons. Although at this point, we really only have to do... I guess Desert is the big one. Skull Woods as well, but we can't finish Skull Woods. So, I mean, since Desert's the only other one that we really have to get through, they're going to have to get there through Norfair anyway, since we haven't found the flutes. So we probably will just see a double Norfair clear after they finish up in Pod and Eastern. Oh, Fire Rod guesses? Okay. I'm going to say... I reckon the Maya Shack, left chest. That's my Fire Rod prediction. Alright, I'm interested to see if anyone actually manages to guess the Fire Rod spot, because there is a lot of Norfair. There is a lot of Norfair to cover, and we could end up actually seeing it even in... Like, we could even see Fire Rod and Turtle Rock. That'd be pretty funny. Fire Rod and Gold Dorito because Space Jump. Ugh. That'd be another pretty good one. Alright, Cross finishing up Helmasaur. Does have silver arrows, so, you know, one pop to the face. And he is donezoes. Picks him up. Picks himself up some power bombs. And is probably just going to head straight over to Eastern. And quickly clear that. Is Fire Rod at Mimic Cave even possible? Don't we need Fire Rod to get to Mimic Cave? Oh, chat is teaching you things, dude. Based on key layout. Oh, really? That's pretty funny. So you can get, if you get good key layout, you can find Fire Rod in Mimic. Oh, that'd be amazing. Alright, so like let's like engineer like the biggest fetch quest that we can get, right? So if we have key item, what key item, like, is there anything locked though at this point? Like, I guess you need Cane for some stuff. In Turtle Rock. I don't know how hard... You can't even lock... Like, the only item that we can lock things behind at this point is Cane. I guess Ice Rod could lock something. Except, no, we've already found Ice Rod. So yeah, it's really just Cane left. So we need Cane in Mimic Cave. And then Fire Rod somewhere in Turtle Rock. Oh no, of course you need Samaria anyway. Yeah, so yeah, we just don't have anything locked. Can't lock anything. Can't lock anything. Mushroom. Oh no, we have... I haven't picked up mushroom yet. Aha, shovel at wish. No, we've already found shovel. We haven't found powder though. Fire rod at bat. Alright, so we could see mushroom, powder, fire rod. We get the intentional fetch quest of mushroom into powder. Or I guess we could do it the other way around. We could go powder, mushroom, and then fire rod. Alright, Jet also clearing up Helmasaur. Cross just finished up Easton. Yeah, let's get a vanilla powder, right? We need vanilla powder and then a ridiculously stupid fire rod. Zal is having a bit of trouble for getting this bow with the speed booster. Bonking his head into the roof a little bit. It's a pretty precise speed booster. Shine Spark here. Oh, I think he charged that Shine Spark too early. He's probably not gonna make it. Oh, he actually did. He went too far there. Mushroom to Red Cane. Powder at Mimic. Fire Rod at Mad Shadow. Wait, we can still find fire. Wait, is... Oh, no, yeah, we can't find fire rod on ped. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Yeah, all good. JP did pick up Darius soon. So it looks like Cross is going to be heading down to North Earth. So, let's see if anyone managed to guess correctly. Where will Fire Rod be, folks? We're about to find out. Charge on pad. No one's gonna check. Alright, so we got an Ice Beam check first up. And we have Red Rupee. Jet is going to be clearing out Easton. Does have Silver Arrows, so this shouldn't take more than a few seconds. You know what, I think we're actually going to swap the audio over to Cross. Ooh, Zal actually not far behind him either. Found Varia and is pretty much hot on Cross's trails. They're basically synced up here. Just some bombs. Oh, Zal actually doubles back though. Oh wait, no, Zal doesn't have Varia. Never mind. JP picked up Varia. So he's done a dip into North Air, and then he's just gonna bail out again, I guess. Logic intends charge for Ridley. Yeah, but there's a good chance we will see our runners skip charge, I think, this run. I'm not exactly sure how big their ammo count is, but I reckon they'll be alright. We have Jet going to check the pyramid. The pyramid pond. Oh, JP taking a death in pod here. He's gonna head back in. Alright, so I mean Cross basically just headed straight down to Lower North Air, which makes sense. Ridley is the only Super Metroid boss he has to finish off. So may as well just hope that Fire Rod is somewhere on the way. Jet checking the pyramid. We have missiles and supers. Behind GT we got missiles. Looks like we're gonna go do a Misery Maya check. Alright, looks like we're gonna be checking cave first. Oh wait, we can add one more to the fetch quest, boys. They haven't found book yet. So we can have mushroom go to powder, powder go to book, and then book go to fire rod. Alright, we got an ag and a cave check, which we already know is just some missiles. I think Phendrana and Magmore are both amazing tracks. I probably like Magmore a little better, but they're both really good. Alright, Checker Cave is just an E-Tank. Cross has decided he wants to pick it up, though. Alright, JP clears up Helmasaur. He's going to pick up his set of power bombs, grab the crystal. Alright, folks, here we go. Left side shack. Oh, book was in right side. Left side is the E-Tank. Alright, my fire rod guess was wrong. But we have books, so we have the start of a fetch quest. Cross is going to pick up high jump boots. Oh, he immediately doubles back and he's like, oh wait, no, that's actually a good item. I think I want that one. Alright, Zell picking up his flippers. JP clearing Easton. So while Jet headed over to Misery Mire, while Cross headed over to Misery Mire, Jet is going to be clearing out lower north area. Surprisingly, not just shooting down these pirates, he does have Plasma Beam. I'm pretty sure Plasmas hurt golds. Power bombs also make not too bad work. Looks like we are going to see a Mickey Mouse check. Oh, wait, no. Plasma Beams only hurt golds with charge, I'm pretty sure. And of course, we have yet to find charge yet. Alright, Mickey Mouse, just some bombs. Will he manage to get out is the question. He does. Oh, yep. Alright, Cross has finished clearing the lower half of Desert Palace. And he's gonna go fight the Webby boys now. Probably, you know, shoot them in the face with silver arrows. So, I mean, our runners are still searching for Fire Rod. They have yet to find it. And they're running out of crystal dungeons to check. So we are going to have to see them probably start diving into Turtle Rock, or more likely Misery Mire at this point. There's at least one item we can grab in Turtle Rock. Oh wait, no, there isn't. Never mind. You literally need Kane to get in. Whew. My Link to the Past knowledge is shining tonight. Alright, we find shield number 3 for Jet. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we find Cane of Samaria, that is the signal that Turtle Rock is a possibility. So Zell just cleared Kraid. We have Cross about to attempt GT. Gonna check what the GT items are after he finishes them off. Using the Super Missile Strat, should be able to get there without too much trouble. Alright, neither of the GT items are, neither of them are Fire Rod, or anything important for that matter. So it looks like Cross is going to follow up on Jet now, go clear Kraid, go clear Ridley. Zell just getting out of Kraid's lair. JP about to head into Dragon. The bow hunt is the one that I see the most. Everyone just running around looking for where the bow is. Alright, I mean, Jet is starting the Ridley fight. Hasn't found charge yet, so we are going to be breaking the casual logic here, although not by much. JP going to grapple kill Dragon as well on the right. Alright, Jet makes pretty short work of Ridley, while JP takes down Dragon. And we just find some missiles. Alright, well, we are running out of things to check in Lower North Air. That being said, our runners have skipped over a lot of items in Upper North Air, so there's still a very good chance we find Fire Rod behind Crocomire or in like the Bubble Mountain area. There's still quite a lot of items left for our runners to check, about like 12-ish. Looks like we have Zell about to go into Swamp Palace, clear that one out. Meanwhile, JP just finishing up Meridian. Probably see a Plasma Beam check, or not. Looks like he's just going to head straight back. Going to head straight down. He might do a Shack Tool check, actually. Oh, we'll quickly check that item because Zell never got past Bot Wound. He is going to head down through the pits. Cross getting some nice after image kills. We could definitely see a Maya dip at some point. And since our runners have no flutes, if Jet and Cross both backtrack out of Lower North Air, and then Fire Rod ends up being a Misery Maya, we may see them have to backtrack all the way back into Lower North Air again. Alright, Cross about to start his Ridley encounter. And Cross takes that readily without too much trouble. We have JP about to go check Shaktul. And Fire Rod remains elusive. No sight of it anywhere. At this point, like, the most likely locations for Fire Rod are going to be somewhere around Crocomire, Bubble Mountain, or Misery Mire. If you want the seed to go for as long as possible, you'd be on the Misery Mire plan. Technically, we could also see it in Turtle Rock if we do find the cane earlier. Cross didn't check it because Jet checked it earlier, I believe. Alright, Jet playing it nice and safe for these Key Hunters. Oh, the Key Hunter has dipped down. Gave him the snipe there. Luckily, Jet has plenty of health left over. Alright, so it looks like Jet is probably going to go do a Bubble Mountain check, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cross go straight for Crocomire instead. Although Cross is actually right behind Jet. So we might see Cross, since Jet is checking Wave Beam, we might see Cross go do Speed, and then Jet go do the top left Bubble Mountain area, and then Cross go do... We might see them just like alternate back and forth since they're so close together at this point. Meanwhile, JP just finishing up with Shaktul. Zell is still in the middle of clearing Swamp Palace. Alright, we're probably going to see a lot of crisscross checking here from Team Stoops products. Cross finds some supers. No fire at speed. We do find the mushroom though, folks. Mushroom hype. Let's see mushroom into vanilla powder. Into cane. Into fire rod at Mimic Cave. Alright, that's the dream right now, folks. We want mushroom powder cane. Fire rod at Mimic. Believe. Still no fire rod. Bubble Mountain. Whew. I think we have one more item to check. Oh, two more items to check. So we have the one down below the bottom right. We also have the one in the in-between for upper north here. Looks like they're both checking. Oh, they're both... Okay, it was not mushroom. No vanilla powder, but that's fine. The fetch quest is still alive. Dude, it's all about getting the worst seed possible, like. Alright, so powder can still be... We want powder or one of the tablets to be cane. Alright, Jet is going to do the, Jet is going to do the... What's it called? Oh my gosh. The Crocomire check, that's the one. Completely blanked. I believe both teams have already dipped Skullwoods as far as they can go without Fire Rod. Alright, we're gonna go see the Crocomire sweep. Cross is gonna start doing the fetch quests. Believe. Alright. Here comes Croc. Swap the audio back. The intense Croc fight here. Alright, Croc. What are you hiding, buddy? We have 4 items to pick up. The first one is Spring Ball! Spring Ball hype! Whoever said Spring Ball was on ped, I'm sorry. It's behind Croc. You're gonna get some minor usage out of it this run, probably. Alright, we have the first ped check coming up for Cross. Show us the cane of Samaria. Give us the cane. 300 rupees. Alright, not what we're looking for. But Cross is rolling in the dosh. Alright, second Crocomire check. Is a red rupee. We have 3 more items. Will any of them be the Fire Rod? Who guessed Fire Flea? Someone guessed Fire Flea earlier. Oh, there it is, folks! Oh, no elaborate fetch quest today. Alright, Cross is gonna probably double back to Super Metroid immediately. We do have the Fire Rod. Go mode has begun. Go mode! Oh, and Jet finds the screw attack. Wow. Alright, alright. Looks like Cross is clearing out Swamp first. Has not yet done a Swamp Palace and the cane. Oh my god, dude. What was that crocodile? Are you serious? Oh, Fire Rod, Screw Attack, Cane. Let's go, dude. Let's go, literally. Wow, Crocomire and Sahashala. The start of the run and the end of the run with the stacked item spots. Oh, we had Bombs, Pearl, and Gravity at Sahashala, and then Screw Attack, Fire Rod, and Cane behind Crocomire. Oh boy. Alright, folks. Well, it is time. It is time to get going. Cross and Jet are now racing for the finish. The next question is, who will get there first? Will we have Jet take the lead, or will we have Cross take the lead? It's probably... I think whoever enters GT first is probably going to have... Well, whoever enters GT second will probably get the advantage, I think, out of these two. So we have Jet still needing to clear Desert Palace and Skullwoods, as well as Kraid and Fan 2. Meanwhile, Cross has cleared all of the Super Metroid bosses, and still needs to clear Skullwoods, Ice Palace, and Swamp Palace, which he's midway doing Swamp Palace right now. Alright, it looks like Jet is probably heading down to Maya. He's got to go to Desert and Skull Woods. Why? I'm not exactly sure why Jet's heading down this way. I believe he's got everything. Oh, he might be getting high jump? Maybe? We might see Jet just grabbing jump. Oh, he needs Desert Palace, of course, right? We still don't have, Oh, we do have Book, but he hasn't picked it up yet because it's in, because of course Book is in the Maya Shack. To get access to Desert Palace with the Book, you have to go to Maya. Right, okay. So the Jet is just gonna clear out Desert Palace here. He knows that the big key is in the lower levels. He is also gonna pick up High Jump. Why is that it though? So Cross, having cleared Swamp Palace, is probably heading over to Ice Palace next. You don't need Book. I find it funny that to get into Desert Palace the intended way, you can just go through the back door anyway. See, I mean, at this point, like, the outstanding power-ups, we haven't seen Ice Beam or Charge. Both of them are not in GT. In fact, Charge has been accessible for quite a while since the players have cleared Ridley. Meanwhile, Ice has been accessible for a while as well. Actually, I guess, no, Ice could technically be in, GT, right? Ice can be wherever it feels like being. Other than that, we have yet to see Flute, which at this point, my guess is Flute is hiding somewhere in Ganon's Tower. Zell clearing out a dungeon that I don't recognize. Clearing out Pod. Meanwhile, Brewer is finishing up Croc. Thankfully, I mean, Team Comms Curse is going to check Croc a lot earlier in their routing than Cross and Jet. Alright, we have Cross doing his Ice Palace. Does pick up a pretty handy fairy there, since he's low on life. Meanwhile, Jet's probably just gonna head straight over to Skull Woods. So the question is, what is faster, Ice Palace and Skull Woods, or Skull Woods and Kraid plus Fantoon? Also got to remember that Jet is going to be the first one to clear GT, so Cross is going to have early knowledge on where the big key is. The Power Bomb strat, I'm pretty certain is in logic. It's just firing through Power Bombs off, like it's not a glitch or anything. It's definitely not the intended method of defeating Metroids, but it's not like a speedrunning secret or anything. Of course, Cross is also going to have to go and collect the fire rod from Lower North Air. Or Upper North Air, I should say. Behind Croc. So he is going to have to make a detour to do that. Alright, JP picks up his fire rod. Cross finishes up Ice Palace, is probably going to head straight down to North Air now. Probably do a save and quit back to the Mountain Cave. Yep. And we have Jet about to engage in mortal combat with this moth. This giant moth. The moth is not being super nice to him here, I'll be honest. giving him some trouble by the looks. Wow, this moth RNG is pretty bad. Moth is just hugging the corner. There we go. Jet finally gets a hit off. So for those of you that don't know, hitting the moth into any spike deals 0 damage to the moth because good programming. Alright, we do find the cape off the moth, meaning Spike Cave is definitely a possibility. Not that our runners need to do it at all. Or Cross is trying to get this gate glitch. Will he get it? He's only got 12 missiles left. Okay, he does. Whew. Whew. Cross gets there, no problem, and then runs back. What are you doing? I guess he's farming. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's like, oh, I probably need more missiles for Croc, maybe. That is correct, Gregor. The logic does not account for ammo. Because it's potential, I believe it's just because it's potential to soft lock. Although, I guess there's a lot of potential soft locks with Mothball. No bombs. Yeah, the only like real danger of soft locking in the randomizer is when you have Mothball, no bombs. When you're relying on power bombs, that's when the soft locks can start happening. Other than that, though, you're generally pretty fine for the most part. They've done a pretty good job of taking any other soft locks out of the logic. So Cross is going to pick up his Spring Ball. No, I'm sure it would be possible, the Diaz. I don't think it would be super difficult to implement. I mean, of course, I'm not super familiar with how the code works, but I don't think that would be super difficult to program. I think it's more on their choice of just like, we don't want players doing the casual run to be soft locking on bosses because they run out of ammo. I believe Jet was the first person to do Pyramid Fairy. So Xelnastv will be the first person doing Pyramid Fairy for Team Concurse. Alright, looks like Jet is going to be heading over to GT, and so we will begin our guessing game. Alright, folks. For those of you that don't know, the Ganon's Tower Big Key is required in order to progress. And there are 22 chests on the bottom floor of Ganon's Tower. So, we're going to be guessing which item they find the big key at. You gotta guess the number 1 through 22, folks. I will be on 1. Since there is no chance at a ped seed, I will be on 1. Because I like to be optimistic for the runners. I like to, look, if there's no pedestal, if there's no chance it's a pedestal, it's all about optimism. If there's a chance at pedestal, give them the worst RNG possible. So give us a 1, folks. It's not 1. We find a key and some bombs. Alright, not 1 or 2. It's always tile room, says Techno. Well, Jet is running straight on by it. Says, no tile room for me right now, thanks. Alright. We're close to checking chests 3 through 6. Alright, number 3 is rupees. 4 is power bombs. 5 is a reserve. And 6 is a heart container. And picks up the key and mirrors back to the entrance. JP just finishes taking out the golden Torizo. Meanwhile, it looks like Zal is going to be heading over to Ridley himself. Alright, pillar 7 is supers. We could still see the cane. Alright, 8 we have the butter sword. Slicing through those enemies like butter. 9 is some arrows. 10 is another small key, and 3, and 11 is also a small key. Because everyone knows that after 10 comes 3. That's math for you, folks. Alright, Cross doing his check into Skullwoods now. Alright, 12, also not the big key. I mean, this big key is not being super nice to our runners today. Being a bit of a troll. At 10 PM it would sound alright, Lana, but I don't even have that excuse. It's 3 PM here for me. Alright. 13 was the map. In binary, it would be 1-1 after 10. Oh, I guess that, yeah, which is also 3. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely what I was going for. 14 is a bottle. 15 is missiles. 16 is the big key. Let's go, folks. Did we have a winner today? Oh, we had Squid guessing the 16. Congratulations, buddy. You are the winning guesser today, man. And that is it, folks. The Canis Samaria dream is officially dead. We will not see some ridiculous fetch quest, unfortunately. Jet opting not to mirror. Apparently is still looking for that charge beam. Which is interesting because he skipped the last chest. Alright, he finds some missiles, and an E-tank, and another E-tank. He's got all the E-tanks. Yeah. That one chest that Jet skipped, it's gonna be the one. It's gonna have charge in it. Alright, Cross just finished Skullwoods, meaning that he's basically right behind Jet. Alright, the big chest is some regular missiles. Looks like he's gonna go back for that chest. See if he can find charge. Oh, of course, charge can't even be in GT. So this is, interesting then. I guess our runners are just looking for more ammo. Which also is fine. Finds a red rupee though. Well, I mean, they're either looking for ammo or they just don't know that charge beam can't be in GT. I believe charge is not required for Crocomire Thylion because you can get missile drops off Crocomire. I could be wrong in that, so if anyone knows, correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's not required. Yeah, like, surprisingly enough, and you don't see this very often because usually when you fight against Crocomire, you just blast him until he walks into the lava, but Crocomire actually has a ranged attack. I know that's crazy, but he does fire bullets at you and you can shoot them for ammo. Alright, Xel elects to just not pick up the screw attack, apparently. Oh, he's going back up. So Cross knows exactly where the big key is now. He's not even going to waste time with left side GT. We're going to head straight... not even waste time with right side, sorry. Heading straight over to left. He's pretty much just going to be picking up the small keys he needs along the way. Yeah, so the cool thing about the combo randomizer is that bot wound most of the time doesn't lock anything, because generally if you can't get past bot wound, if you don't have charge beam to if you don't have charge beam to logically get past bot wound, you can still get in through the Dark World warp into the back of Meridia most of the time. There's very few runs where you won't have access to that warp and also not have access to charge beam. Like, at the same time. Alright, Brewers about to go check the Mickey Mouse cave. Cross is about to pick up his big key, and then I guess we're just gonna see... we're gonna just see a quick climb by Cross here to catch up to Jet. We'll see if Cross picks up the key on the right side chest. There's Ice Beam in GT. That is gonna help them. Alright, so apparently Jet did find a small key on the way up, so Cross knows that he doesn't have to pick up another one. Xel doing a quick map check. Trying to figure out the fastest way to get back up into Link to the Past, probably. Or maybe just to head up to Meridia. Alright, Jet taking out Mordorm without too much trouble. Butter Sword making quick work. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Bot Wound is he's not very tanky, but he's really hard to hit. Hey, cheers, Lana. Oh, a nice triple hit on Aga from Jet there. And another. Whew. Great 3-cycle by Jet there. Alright, JP heading down into Ridley's lair. Meanwhile, Xel picking up the magic powder. Alright, I mean, we have Jet about to fight about to fight Ganon. Will we have any Ganon falls from Jet? Let's find out. Alright, I mean, Jet makes really quick work of first phase, and we are moving into third by the looks. Thankfully, Butter Sword is living up to its name, slicing Ganon like hot butter. Alright, we are about to enter final phase Ganon. Oh, Ganon being a bit troll for Jet there. About 4 or 5 jumps on that last one. Alright. Jet gets a really nice double on Ganon there. Oh, almost gets popped off. And 2 doubles will finish Ganon off. That is, get your single G's in the chat for Jet, everyone. That is Link to the Past done for Jet082. Alright, so Jet now has to clear Kraid, has to clear Phantoon. Meanwhile, Cross only has to finish off Aghanim and Ganon. We're going to have a really tight finish from the runners here. I mean, this is something that we've seen pretty much in every race that Stoop's product has been in. Jet and Cross always manage to finish really close to one another. Like, it really just goes to show how good their communication is, how on point they are in making sure that relevant information is being passed between them so that they finish pretty close together almost every single race. Alright, Cross coming up on Aghanim right now. Meanwhile, Jet's looking to... Where is Jet heading off to? Jet taking a quick trip to Kakariko. I believe... looks like he's still looking for Charge Beam. Finds Wave, not the one he's looking for. I mean, I guess that's the big concern for Team Stoop's product at this point, is do they have enough ammo to finish Mother Brain? I think he was just doing that really quick check there to see whether or not the Bat Cave had anything good for him. And while Wave Beam is nice, it's not Charge, which is really what they wanted to find. I mean, hold on. It could still... Charge could still be Mushroom Fetch Quest. They have the Mushroom. They didn't turn it in. It could also be in Misery Mire as well, right? Not necessarily in Total Rock. Although it does seem pretty likely at this point. Oh, he did turn in Mushroom. Okay. Never mind. It could also be, like, no one's checked Mimic Cave, which I guess comes under Turtle Rock. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Jet just is really... Okay, we're gonna do a Spike Cave check. Yeah, it looks like none of the runners here really want to risk the ammo count by the looks. Jet making great usage of the hook shot here. Picks himself up some missiles. I think Cross is handing in the bomb. He's getting the Pyramid Fairy because there was missiles and supers there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Jet is finally finishing up with the checking now that Cross has finished Ganon. Or, I don't know, wait, did Cross actually do... Cross has done Ganon, right? I'm assuming. Alright, Cross picks up his missiles and supers. Oh, maybe Cross hasn't done Ganon yet. Alright, he finished Aga, and then he took a quick break. Alright, he's back. He's back for the Ganon fight. I couldn't remember Cross doing Ganon, but I didn't think he'd be checking other stuff if he hadn't. He just did a quick detour to grab the missiles for Pyramid Fairy. Alright, I mean, we have Zell heading into Ridley, JP just heading out of Ridley. Cross making pretty good work of Ganon here. Oh no, Cross unfortunately taking a death there, but luckily has a fairy. Looks like he's just deboosting to get as much damage off as he can. Alright, does enter phase 3. Yeah, charge could also be on Ped. That's also a possibility. Jet getting the quick kill on Kraid. Good stuff. Alright, we are in phase 4. Will Cross get buffed off the edge? Jet was really close. Alright, gets a nice double. Alright, only gets a single on the second. Oh, never mind. He gets the double there. And that is another G for Cross. Team Stoops products have both cleared Link to the Past now. Have not found their charge beam, but I believe they should have enough ammo to clear Mother Brain. Especially if they do Zebatite skip. I don't think they're in a whole lot of trouble here. That being said, they would definitely like to find charge beam for sure. So we have Jet still needing to clear out Phantoon. Meanwhile, Cross is basically good to go. Alright, Zell is about to fight Ridley. He's got plenty of supers. Shouldn't have too much trouble here. Alright, I mean, if we take a quick look at Team Comcurse, Zell still having to defeat... Well, he's fighting Ridley as we speak. Also has to beat Dragon. And has to clear Desert Palace, Skullwoods, and Ice Palace. Thankfully, Team Comcurse do have all the items they need. So they are in go mode. They're just quite a ways behind Team Stoops product. Meanwhile, Brewer has cleared Kraid already, unlike Zell. Oh wait, no, Zell has cleared Kraid. Has to... Yes, Brewer didn't do wreck ships, so he still has to clear Phantoon, similar to Jet. Otherwise, instead of Desert Palace, Brewer has to clear Swamp Palace instead. So both members of Team Comcurse still have to clear 3 Link to the Past dungeons, plus GT. And as soon as Zell finishes Ridley, they'll also have to clear 1 Super Metroid boss each. Meanwhile, Jet and Cross have both cleared Link to the Past completely. Cross is heading down to GT, not to GT, to Mother Brain. Wrong game. Heading down to Mother Brain as we speak. And Jet is just clearing out Phantoon right now. So, I mean, our runners have found literally every beam except charge. They found Plasma, they found Ice in GT, they found Spazer super early on as well, even though they didn't need that. They found Wave in GT as well. Wave and Ice both in GT. And unfortunately, no charge. Oh, it is getting really close for Zell here. Oh no, he is soft locked. Oh, he's got a powerbomb Ridley to death. Oh, this is ridiculous. He's at 13. Oh, and Zell takes the death. Oh, Ridley was so low. That's so unfortunate. Oh, so close by Zell there. JP is clearing out Skullwoods right now. Meanwhile, Cross is about to head over to the Baby Metroid cutscene. I don't think any of our runners today are going to be attempting Baby Skip, but we shall see. Not the easiest glitch in the world to get. Oh, Cross might be going for it. He is. Oh, never mind. Jumped too early. Or started running too early. Alright, Zell heading back down to Ridley for a second attempt. And JP clearing Skullwoods. Cross not getting the energy refill. Oh, okay, he really wants all the missiles he can get by the looks. He's gonna clear out all the missiles here. Yeah, it looks like they are pretty worried about this. Or... Cross is being a bit ambitious by the looks. I think... Did the Zavatites not respawn? I could have sworn they did. Apparently not. Alright. So Cross really just looking to make sure that he has as many missiles as he can for the Mother Brain fight. He's going to head back and go get all his energy and missiles refilled. Zell coming up to the Ridley fight, attempt 2. He's going to do some quick farming first, get some supers back. Meanwhile, JP, having cleared Skullwoods, grabbed the big chest, he's going to head out. Probably go through Ice Palace now, since neither of the members of Team Comcurse have actually even been into Ice Palace yet. So, would not be too surprised if that's where he heads next. He could also do a quick Swamp Palace clear, since Zell's already cleared it. Alright, I mean, Cross is about to attempt Mother Brain. Will he have enough ammo? We're about to find out. Looks like he is going to double back for another missile refill. Cross playing it really safe here. I mean, the time you lose by soft locking is a lot more than the time they're losing by going back to grab more missiles, so it's definitely worth it. And I mean, you can see from how safe Cross is playing it here why they were so desperate to go out of their way to get Charge Beam in GT. even after clearing Ganon, like Cross and Jet were still both looking for Charge Beam. But, you know, with Turtle Rock and Misery and Maya both having been pretty much untouched by any teams this run, in fact, completely untouched by any of them. Oh, Zell is in for another ridiculously close Ridley fight. Does have a couple reserve tanks. Yeah, of course, J-Man. Without Charge Beam, they do need a certain amount of missiles to get through the fight. So Cross is having to run back and forth between the missile station and saving pretty much whenever he can, just in case. So Cross about to make the attempt at Mother Brain 2. Zell barely clearing out Ridley. Does manage to get through it, though. And Jet pretty much hot on Cross's tail at this point. Of course, Jet is also going to have to do the same missile strats that Cross was doing. Having to go back and forth between Mother Brain and the missile recharge room. Alright. Will Cross get the clear? We're about to find out. He's pumping in super missile after super missile. Here's the ketchup beam. And it looks like that is going to be that. Cross manages to clear Mother Brain Phase 2. And only has to finish up the run. Meanwhile, Jet just finishing up the baby cutscene. Zell just cleared Ridley while JP is doing Ice Palace. On the bright side, Jet does have a lot more missiles going into Torian than Cross did. So he should only realistically have to take one trip back. Or like J-Man said, he could also go for the Zevitite skip if he wants to try that instead. Looks like Jet's gonna go for the refill. I mean, since Jet isn't heading into the Mother Brain room here, it looks like he's gonna go for Zevitite skip and then, yeah, just have the one refill by the looks. We will see. Alright, RIP baby Metroid. You will be missed. Alright, Cross pumping those Skittles beams right into Mother Brain. I mean, other than the Fire Rod hunt at the end of this seed, it was pretty good for our runners all in all. They got ridiculously early Dark World access, and as soon as they found Morph Ball, it was off to the races. Jet's early Magic Mirror pickup was huge for giving them a lead over Team Comcurse. So we'll see. Team Stoop's product does have a history of saving the animals on their front runner. So we'll see what happens here. Jet, meanwhile, is going for the Zevitite skip by the looks. Having a little bit of trouble. What are these Lucky Charms? I don't know of any Lucky Charms. In Australia, we have Fruit Loops, dude. That's about it. Alright, Jet clearing up Mother Brain Phase 1. Cross almost finishing up his escape here. Zell exiting Ridley while JP getting almost at the bottom of Ice Palace. Coming up on Coldstead pretty soon. Want to come to US? Alright. I'll come over. Give me a sec, dude. I will come over to the US ASAP, and then you can grab me some Lucky Charms. Alright. Jet seems to be pretty safe here, and as we predicted, Cross is going to save the animals for Team Stoop's product. Team Stoops product is basically the, you know, the Schrodinger's animals of the combo randomizer team here. Are they dead or are they alive? Well, you don't know. One member saves them, one member doesn't. Oh my god, are we just talking about cereals now? we have Cocoa Puffs. We do have them. Cocoa Puffs did make it down to Australia. Alright, and that is GG for Cross Product with a 2 hour, 31 minute, and 18 second finish. Jet not far behind him here. What a great run for Cross. Jet about to enter phase 3 of the Mother Brain fight. Looks like we have JP checking the tablet down here. Oh, actually, Charge Beam could be on this tablet. I don't think anyone checked this. Alright, you ready? Charge Beam on tablet. Come on, JP. It's Red Rupee, nice. Maybe they did check that. Visit Canada and make some of the most of that Commonwealth usage. Dude, America or Canada, where do I go, man? I actually really want to visit Canada. I've been to America before once. Did not eat Lucky Charms, unfortunately, but I have been to America. Definitely want to visit Canada at some point. Alright, and Jet is entering phase 3 of the Mother Brain fights. Starts off, shoot her in the stomach, and then shoot the roof. Whoops. Alright, we're getting there, we're getting there. Alright, Zal attempting the green gate glitch. Oh. Having a little bit of trouble there. JP moving into Swamp Palace. It is his last required dungeon for Link to the Past before GT. Alright, and Jet is making his escape. The question is, will we see the double save? Oh, Zal has actually stopped. What is going on here by Zal? Oh, and JP. Oh, no, never mind. I thought JP had stopped as well, but it was just the water rising. Whoops. But yeah, Zal seems to be AFK. Alright. Oh, he's back, he's back. He's got 4 supers though. Oh, 3 left. Can we get it? Come on, Zal. You can do it, buddy. We believe. Oh my god, it's the final one. Here we go, folks. Send him. Oh, come on. What was that? Oh. I don't think that's how he wanted to use the last super. Alright, Jet has almost finished up. Here we go, folks. And that is GG for Jet, GG for Team Stoops Products. Whew. And GG for the race. So Team Stoops Product finishing with a time of 2:35.35. Congratulations to Team Stoops Products. An excellent race tonight, guys. Jet and Cross proving that their communication and just all-around skills are definitely a force to be reckoned with. Pulling out quite ahead of Zell and BrewersFan. Of course, great effort on both sides. Alright, we'll see if we can get Team Stoops in for an interview, folks, in just a moment. Hello, Cross.
Hey.
Congratulations, man. GG.
Thank you.
Jet just finished up. Hey, there we are. Alright. Well, guys, what did you think? How did the run go?
Hey.
Felt pretty solid.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are off to a pretty good start. Like, really, the only thing that stuck you guys was Fire Rod at the end there.
Yep, that was our go mode item.
Yeah,
we put up Croc for so long just because we had so many other things to do.
Yeah.
And Croc like had what? Screw Attack, Cane, which I guess you could get baited into.
Spring Ball, most important.
Yeah,
That's true.
Clearly, don't forget it. And Fire Rod, obviously.
Yeah, I was thinking it's good that we did Croc later, because if we did early Croc, then we get baited into Mire and Turtle Rock pretty easily.
That's what we were hoping for. Chat was rooting on no Fire Rod behind Croc and just find Kane instead. Fortunately, we found both.
Well, it didn't matter to me. I would have just done Lower Norfair without Varia, so...
Yeah,
the only two things we needed were Fire Rod and Varia. So when I found Ice Rod at Plasma Room, I said, well, Trinex can't block Fire Rod, so I don't care if he blocks Varia, I'm just going to do it suitless.
Like, I wrote it down, but it was just basically going to be a hard skip unless we really thought Varia was behind Trinex.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you guys pretty much... Both you and Comcurse had a... Well, both of you had pretty similar times on finding the Fire Rod. Comcurse was still a bit behind you, they just routed it in a bit earlier, but Fire Rod was like the only one you guys took a while on. And when you guys pulled really ahead was definitely, like, as soon as you guys got Dark World access off the myths, you did a pretty early play into Thieves Town for the mirror, which was... definitely what pulled you ahead of Comcurse, because they didn't check Thieves Town until they pretty much checked most of the rest of the Dark World stuff. Like, they checked Hype Cave before Thieves Town, they checked Skull Woods, they dived. So that actually took them a little while to find the mirror there, and then because you guys found the mirror, you found the hook shot, you found the morph ball.
Oh yeah, it was a snowball from there.
Exactly. Going into Super Metroid, you guys were probably like 5-10 minutes ahead of them.
Yeah, when I initially went into Super Metroid before getting Morph Ball, I felt bad because I wanted to have one more item to get up Red Tower. Like, even without Morph Ball, if I had gotten Speed Booster, Ice, Space Jump, then I could do High Jump Area, then the Alpha Peebs, and then go into Criteria. That way, make like a full loop down to old Brinstar. But, I mean, there wasn't anything in High Jump, so it was just a... reset from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And reset warp to Criteria, one of the best strats in combo. I don't know. It might not be in the game forever, so use it now while you can, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, this run was pretty interesting that we found a lot of items, a lot of key items that just all clumped together at points. Like, I think the first bunch for you guys, because you weren't finding much early on, like, you found really early Plasma, everyone grabbed that up pretty quick. And then after that, it was kind of like empty until you all found Sahasrahla Hut, which was Bombs, Gravity Suit, and Pearl, all side by side.
Oh no. Jet, you can't get out that way. You saved it.
I know.
We were gonna go back and look for charge beam. Any ideas, guys?
Is there anything we can do? I thought there's a way you can leave, even after
No,
saving.
you can't. Yeah, you get stuck in there.
We're never gonna know where charge is.
Yeah, if you go into Torian without enough missiles or charge beam to beat Mother Brain and save, you just softlock.
Speaking of, were you guys worried about my ammo situation going into Torian?
Low, man. 2 missiles going into Mother Brain 3, cutting it real fine.
I actually had 1 extra super missile I figured out, and I didn't need it. That's the one that I backtracked into Terminator to get. The really sad thing was, there was a missile pack, I forget exactly where, I think in Dragon's Room or something, there's like a missile pack, and it was in Space Jump. There's a missile pack there. That 1 missile pack saves me 2 refill trips if I had picked that up.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing the math, that's cool. I mean, Cross was doing the math as well. I'm just like, do I have enough? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, wild. Yeah, you can X-ray clip out of escape like a true RBO. We have to kill Mother Brain first and then get out of the escape sequence so you can save the game and wipe out the timer.
I don't think there's a way.
Yeah, I mean, like, really, you guys were ahead in pretty much most of the item pickups. I think the one thing, or the couple things that Comcast found before you guys, they found Pegasus Boots a lot earlier than you guys did. Like, while you guys were doing Super Metroid, they found Pegasus Boots, which kind of gave them a little bit of catch-up. But, I mean, you guys were just, like, so far ahead off the mirror, the earlier mirror pickup, that they just, yeah, the Pegasus Boots were not enough to catch them up. And they also found Bow a little earlier than you guys, but, you know, you guys found it eventually. I mean, yeah, it was like a pretty nice seed, all in all.
I felt there was a lot of items in Link to the Past. Like, usually there's a good mix, and I feel like there wasn't that much in Super Metroid.
I mean, yeah, other than the Crocomire area, it was basically... I mean, there was, like, Hammer and stuff. Like, there wasn't nothing by any means, but it was definitely more dense in the Link to the Past. And yeah, just, like, Charge Beam was just trolling everyone that run.
Well, I wish I could check.
Yeah, maybe
Comcurse can find it for us. I have a feeling it's it. Did they go to Turtle Rock?
They have not been to Turtle Rock. I don't think they will either. I think they're also in Go mode right now. So.
Has anyone checked PED?
No one checked PED. I was heavy on PED from the beginning, and then you guys found Varia, and that dream died.
Like, that's the thing. It could be, you know, anywhere in Turtle Rock, anywhere in Mire.
PED was checked, right? Yeah, PED was checked with Book. It was just missiles, I'm pretty sure.
What else did we skip? I thought there was like a couple of other small things, but because we were going through to see what else I could check, and maybe it was a mistake for me to continue checking things because I could tell I was a little behind. Cross was just going for it, and I still had to do wreck ship, and I'm like, well, still, if I can get charged, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We saw you like finish Ganon and start doing checks, and we're like, Jet, what's going on?
I mean, we decided we're not going to do Turtle Rock. Like, that's just too much.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
of a big
no Turtle Rock, no Misery Maya dips. It's not worth it. Yeah, no one touched Misery Maya either. Not surprisingly. Like, as soon as we hit Dark World and we saw the double pendants, and then like. Even then, it's like, oh, but they might not hit, you know, like one of the key items might be in there. And then as soon as you guys hit Go mode, it's like, alright, we're not going to see any Misery Maya, we're not going to see any Turtle Rock these runs. But, yeah, I mean, that's what makes a good seed half the time, when you can just skip, like, 2 Dark World dungeons. Although, I mean, even then, like, you guys found all the medallions. Like, it didn't really matter what Dark World dungeons you were skipping. Like, yeah, all the medallions were found pretty early in the run.
Jet, did you actually go for mushroom and powder checks?
I did.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you did while you were looking for ammo.
Yeah, you did the, yeah, you did both of them, didn't you? It was like bombs, and then powder was wave beam.
Yeah, thanks, Wrong beam.
The last one.
You know what? I still put it to use, so whatever.
Yeah.
Take that game.
At least it wasn't Spazer.
Oh, did you guys find Spazer?
Yeah. Spazer was in Edicune?
Yeah.
Wait, was it? No, it was the supers, the mockball supers.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah, back where you found
Because I forgot to pick up plasma right away. And hey, okay, I'll just use Spazer for a bit.
Plasma. Yeah, Spazer. Fair enough.
Honestly, you know what lost this time was me dying the blind. Like, well, I mean, 4 hearts, but I'm still upset at that because usually I only get hit once at most. But like the time it actually matters, it's like I fail. Like I don't know.
It's based on.
Like
I mean,
normally
it
I'm
wasn't that
fine.
Bad for you guys. Like you knew that there wasn't an item off blind there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
only
just
a bit of
backtracking.
backtracking later on. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it
Should've
allowed
come
me to
off
check
like
Sick Kid for a sword,
minute.
which is nice.
Yeah.
So it worked
Yeah,
out.
exactly. It ended up not being as bad as it could have been, for sure. I mean, you guys didn't have too many deaths that run. Team Comcast has had a bit of trouble. Zell had a death to Ridley. We've had some pretty unfortunate deaths for comms, but they've been doing alright.
Wait, disappointed? Why is Wild disappointed? My blind death, maybe.
Yeah, the blind death.
I'm already disappointed in myself.
Not like this, man. Alright. Yeah, I mean, don't think anything else. Any other... I'm trying to think if there are any other highlights, but... No, you guys did pretty well. Like, it wasn't a particularly... It wasn't a super difficult seed, I would say. Like, you got pretty nice... You got pretty nice in the key item drops. Like, you guys were having trouble with the ammo, basically, and then the game was trolling you by not giving you charge, but... I mean, other than that, it was pretty nice to you, for the most part, I think. Definitely better than some of the previous seeds that I've seen you guys run with.
Yeah.
So, like, 1 E-Tank seed.
Like, there was some trolliness, but we finished around 230, so... And that tends to be our average for, I would say, a good seed.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what, like, you guys... Because I've commentated, like, every single one of you guys' races, and you always manage to finish, like, within 5 minutes of each other every time. Which is, like, super impressive. You guys are just really good when it comes
That's
to,
our
like,
goal. We'd like to finish as close as possible.
Yeah. It's very impressive. But yeah, I mean, Zell and JP will eventually finish up, but I think they're still a ways off. Zell's still got a clear Dragon and a couple dungeons, and JP's got Phantom and
I want someone to find charge. I don't want to have to replay this whole seed just look to see where charge is.
Charges. It's gotta be. It'll be
gotta be Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, right? It's one of those two. It's one or the other.
Or it's gonna be Super Troll. It's gonna be like on Vitreous. So you had the Go Grab Cane and.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to ask. Who was in GT first? Was it Jet?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Were you after you got the big key, the rest of the chests were you checking? Were you checking just for ammo?
Ammo and charge.
Yeah, so because charge is actually not in logic for the casual in GT.
Oh really?
Yes, because charge is required to fight Ridley, I believe. Wait, maybe
really?
Am I wrong? No. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong here.
I'm sure there's someone in chat.
Yeah,
Wild.
Someone in chat will correct me, dude.
Actually, I do want to ask Wild a logic question while he's in chat. Hell runs are not in logic, but what about soft hell runs like going to Bubble Mountain with Speed Booster? Is that in logic?
Or Croc? Would that be considered soft?
Yeah, or Croc if you go the back way. Or if you have Wave Beam, or go the back way to Croc.
Come on, Wild.
Well, there's a delay, so he can type something up while we try to speculate where the heck charge. So charge maybe can't be in GT. In which case,
yeah, I'm not actually sure. Croc isn't. No heated rooms. Apparently none at all. according to
No,
Not
heated
at all.
rooms.
Bubble Mountain.
Bubble Mountain is in.
Yeah, it can be the
Not
one
even
Bubble
running from Frog Hellway to Bubble
Wait,
Mountain.
I'm
Okay.
getting mixed.
No,
info.
I think what Diaz is saying is the one item in Bubble Mountain.
That's
like,
it.
in the room.
Just one item.
I would
That could be
assume that's
Varia.
in logic. Oh,
Okay.
even Bubble? I don't know.
Okay, there is down our search for sometimes. That's important to know to route in the
It
future.
might be, it might not be. There's one item in Bubble that's not heated. Is it required?
But you need to go through a heated room to get there, even though it's like you just run from one door to the
It's
next.
like, yeah, it's like that one room, isn't it? Okay, yeah.
There you go. Never required to enter a heated room.
Yeah, and I was like kind of surprised that no. I mean, you guys were pretty low on energy tanks early on, like on your first Metroid clear, but I was kind of expecting someone to do a quick run check of like Bubble.
Below, I mean, like 3 tanks.
Cross was
especially
thinking
with
it.
gravity suit. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. If I have a gravity suit, that really cuts down on my stress, even with hell rooms. It doesn't reduce the heat, but reduces enemy damage. It's not as big a loss if you fall in the lava, which I do a lot. Actually, I think gravity even protects you from the lava.
Yeah, it protects you from the lava, exactly. You don't take extra damage from it, which can be helpful in some spots. Like the top left one is pretty useful for Bubble Mountain. It doesn't protect you from the Crocomire acid, I don't think.
Right, there's acid and there's lava.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I guess there was just better stuff for you to check at that point. Like the Hell Run wasn't like high on the priority list. But
Well, I think it was right after we got Bow, so it's like
Yeah.
we have Pod Eastern to do, and there's a lot of items there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, why bother doing Hell Runs?
Yep. And then, I mean, guys, the hammer was found pretty late by both teams.
Yeah.
I guess it was just kind of, it's a bit out of the, like, power bombs is like, unless you're like really, unless you're doing like an early like green Brinstar, and then even then, it's like if you do green Brinstar first, you either loop back up to wreck ship or you go down to North Air, and I think everyone who went through green just went to North Air instead, rather than go up through power bombs, which makes sense.
Right. I went through old Brinstar, and then
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course you can loop up through blue as well. Yep.
And then I think Cross was, he found it after he did wreck ship. And it's like, there's nothing there, of course, but then, hey, hammer at Alpha Peeps.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. Moving on to the next round of the losers brackets. Not getting knocked out just yet.
Hey, we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. All the way up the losers brackets.
We need that rematch
I'm
against
excited.
Andy Ivan.
So your next opponents are the winners of Fail Guys and the Budger Blasters, who have yet to play by the looks. Any thoughts on them? Not many.
No, well, we'll continue to practice, refine.
Yeah. Doesn't matter who we're playing against, right? Just
As
gotta-
long as we finish within a
Exactly.
minute of each other, we've done a good job.
Is that the goal for next run? Finish within a minute.
It's a goal to shoot for, definitely.
All right. Well, I'm rooting for you guys then. Within a minute.
Yeah. Rooting for the
I want to see it
co-
next round.
co-op.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in and talking to us for the interview, guys. GG on the run.
Yeah, no problem.
Congratulations on advancing to the next round, and
Yeah.
good luck.
Thanks for
on future
commentating.
rounds.
Give a follow to Snowy and the Trackers. Thanks to the Trackers too.
Definitely
Sorry,
follow-
reset with Ice Brad.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that
follow
was my
Jet082
only.
as well.
That was my only like item dump. I think was Ice Rad. So I went easy on you. Get Trackers this time.
Yeah, not like the Meridia Pits last race. Reset Central. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks everyone, all the runners, all the trackers, all the commentators. Cheers to Sandra. He unfortunately had to pop out halfway through, but, you know, thanks to Sandra for co-commentating me for the first half. And thanks everyone for watching. We will see you guys at the next race. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. Comcast also wants to do an interview, so I will wait. That is fine. But
Alright,
thanks.
I'm
thanks
gonna
to
hop out of here though.
We will see you guys around.
Yeah.
It was a good practice of wrapping up the stream.
I'll do another wrap up later. It's okay.
But it is late. I know for me, so I'm out.
Yeah,
but yeah,
get
thanks
the
for
schedule up.
commentating.
Yeah, have a good one. Catch you around, guys. Alright. Well, we are chilling out. Comcast wants to do an interview, so we're gonna chill out, guys. Okay, they're just gonna come in and talk while they're running by the look. Alright. Someone's already swapped the audio over. Oh, ugh. Someone's already swapped the audio over for me. Thank you. We're listening to the lovely sounds of Xelnast getting bombarded with pellets, I think. Don't actually know what they are, but sure. Alright, looks like they're just about to hop in, guys.
Where's Charge Beam? For the love of God.
Hello, hello. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What did we miss?
What did you miss?
Yeah.
What did you miss where? You guys are in go mode, right?
Where's Charge Beam?
Charge? We don't know.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Team
okay.
Stoops didn't find it. Yeah, we actually don't know where it is.
Oh.
So, we're thinking, I mean, chat, we're pretty sure it's Turtle Rock or Maya, but we don't actually know.
Oh.
Could be somewhere. We don't think you missed anything.
No, we didn't miss anything. We just need Charge Beam. Or more ammo.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I actually don't know the ammo numbers to kill,
Oh, gotcha, Mother Brain, yeah.
Yeah. So we've been searching for Charge.
Yep. So,
Hi,
I mean...
Dragon! Okay, good to know. At least,
Yeah.
well, it was some fun seed.
Yeah. I mean, you guys had a lot of early progression, like not too much. There wasn't a whole lot of searching, right?
Right.
Like, you guys had to look for. Both teams were hunting around for fire rod at the end there, but it was a lot of just, you know, go. Key item after key item after key item.
Yeah, and it wasn't really conductive to 2v2 because everything was kind of placed together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was sometimes like watching like Team Stoops product go through. Like they definitely had. You can see like that. Yeah, even for like people with like really good teamwork, like it was definitely limiting to see like exactly like how you could split up and clear stuff.
Like the entire first hour of the seed was like there's no options.
Yeah, sure. Which like, and like what little like route splits like we did end up seeing were like really key though, right? Like
Right.
Mira was in Thieves Town, which was
We
really
waited
what
on.
Yeah, Stoops
Oh,
pulled
okay.
ahead on that like really hard, pretty much. Like that was the big thing. in that seed. Because you guys waited on Thieves Town for a while, which, I mean, makes sense.
Not even that long. We just kind of opted to check the overworld first, and then I was going to check Thieves Town. Basically, it was go check Hype Cave first, and then I'll hit Thieves Town. It was a gamble.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, them finding the mirror, and then, of course, like, mirror leads to hookshot. Hookshot leads to morph ball and speed boost up. So it kind of just, like, snowballed from there, where it was, like, the first team to find mirror, and then it was, like, just dead linear path straight into Super Metroid. And then that's when things, like, kind of branched out again.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought the seed was going to be like in the background. I opened up Speed Game and chat to see what they're saying. I hope that we weren't just completely awful compared to them.
Oh, like, you guys weren't, like, super far behind.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't, like, ridiculously far, but it definitely, yeah, like, really the early mirror, like, really pulled them, like, a decent way ahead. And, like, that's basically all it was. Like, even, like, clearing Super Metroid and stuff, like, you guys had some trouble, Zell with, like, Meridia.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Cross entered Meridia, I think, because they didn't do Meridia on their first sweep through. So they came back a little bit, like 5-10 minutes later after going back into the past, and Cross already had Space Jump at that point. So he kind of entered Meridia a few minutes after you and, like, overtook you pretty quickly just because Space Jump was able to just get him around Meridia, like, a lot faster.
That makes sense. You guys haven't said any spoilers yet, so I'm finishing this seed.
Yeah, I mean, none of us know where Charge Beam is. But, yeah, I mean, it was, like, you know, props to Team Stoops product. Like, they're all really good. They're both really good runners. And
yeah.
Link to the Past and especially Super Metroid, like, they are just really fast and work together super well. So, yeah, like, they pulled their head off Mirror, but they still, like, they took a lot of, like, they edged a lot of leads out in a lot of spots. That being said, you guys did actually manage to, like, get to some things first. Like, Pegasus Boots, you guys found, I think, about 10 minutes before.
Well, I literally went there first. I'm like, man, I went up there. I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks. I usually do this in 1v1 when I have boots. And then I literally said, I usually do this when I literally, as I was bombing, I said, I usually do this when I have boots in 1v1. So it always screws me up if, oh, hey, there's the boots.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. And yeah, like, that, yeah, I mean, Stoops product didn't even check Graveyard Ledge until after the Metroid clear. So you guys had, like, that definitely, like, kept you in it and, like, helped you catch up a bit. But, just, like, the mirror play early on just pulled them, like, really far.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just some... I really got into this when it first came out, and then my new job is a split shift, so I don't even have, like, usually 4 hours in the day to, like, set aside in case it's a bad seed to practice this very often, so I have to practice separately, so yeah. But it was fun. I really liked it. I think this randomizer is really good. It's really fun.
Definitely. I think everyone running this randomizer is pretty captivated with it. It's definitely one of the more interesting, like, ROM hacks out there for sure.
Yeah, and it's the most ROM hacky one too. Like
the most ROM hacky. Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that this is the first time these two games have actually been combined, considering they happen to just work.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not like, I feel like I'm blanking on the person who put this together, but I don't think that it's something that you would expect to work, right? So that's why no one really found out about it.
Yeah. And, like, now I'm hoping that maybe somebody out there who can hear my voice make a really cool ROM hack. Please. Cross Product knows how to make Plandos. Just make this into a ROM hack. Someone. It'll be really cool. Okay, but yeah. Thank you for commentating.
Awesome.
By the way.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers to the run, guys. Like, you guys did great. It was all good all around from all the runners. You know, great race to watch. So, cheers for running. Thank you, JP and Zell.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out, buddy. Okay, and then here we go. For the second outro, thank you everyone. Thanks to all the runners. Thanks to all the trackers. Thanks to Sandra, my co-commentator, for joining me for the first half of the race. And thanks everyone for watching. I believe, hold on, let me look up when the next race is. So the next race currently scheduled will be on Saturday, 6 p.m. Bit earlier than this one, so this one was a little late for you guys. You can tune in to that one. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be between Maniacal and Elm versus Solsky and Giselle, or I may have gotten that wrong. What is the team name? I can't find it. Someone in the chat, Miss Metroid probably knows it. Hopefully she can cover me. But yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. I am Snowy340. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you all around. Have a fabulous night. Goodbye.